I'm Stephanie St. John, and we are going to do an evening practice or whatever time this happens to be for you. So it's going to be just energetically something that is preparing you for rest, right? So we're just going to begin in a child's pose. Now, a child's pose might look very different for each of us. I personally like taking something underneath my knees in a child's pose. So I'm taking a blanket. You can definitely take perhaps a towel. And I personally like my knees apart because it gives me more space for my belly. But some people like knees together for space into their back. So it's just a matter of how that feels. And you can bring the hands out and the head down. Perhaps the head is on the ground or on a block. I also really like the hands stacked and the forehead resting onto the hands as well. And this is really great if you have any tightness in the neck or shoulders, particularly if you are a thyroid cancer survivor. This is one of my favorites as well. So beginning here, just taking a few breaths to land it, hearing the breath, feeling the weight of the hips drawing closer to the heels. If you know an Ujjayi breath, beginning that now. And on your next exhale, using your hands to find your way into a tabletop. So in your tabletop, your hands are directly in line with your shoulders. Your knees are hip width, so when you look through, you can't see your feet. And from here, we're going to take a few what's called cat and cow tilts. You release the belly down. You're going to find the tailbone going up. And then you lift the head up as well. On exhale, you pull the belly in. You press through the hands, the tops of the feet. And inhale, you flood your lungs with oxygen. And maybe the gaze looks up, or it just looks out, or slightly down. Once again, changing through the tightness in the shoulders. Invitation to close the eyes and move inward. Taking that internal gaze, feeling for stretching the breath on your inhale and stretching your breath on the exhale. And don't forget about the sweet spots. That space at the top of the breath, those holds. And that space at the bottom of the breath. Coming back through neutral. Starting to bring the hips a little closer to the heels. Just bring the elbows slightly down. Pressing through the palms. Might even lift the fingers up for a moment. And then from here, begin to cat-cow. This is really wonderful if you've been at a desk all day. Or just finished that long drive. On your exhale, coming back through neutral. And then from here, taking the left hand, the palm is going to face up and the 5 fingers are pointing towards the left knee. You're spreading through the 5 fingers and you're pressing any amount of weight you wish onto the hand. If it feels comfortable into the shoulder, you're going to take the eye of the arm, which is this spot right here, and you're going to turn it forward. And there's a spreading of the collarbones. So giving it some weight, you can move a little side to side. It's really great if you've been mousing on the computer all day. And then change. And here's that turning, the eye going forward, spreading of the fingers, moving. And then coming back through neutral. And then starting to move the hips in a circular fashion. Perhaps that's a larger circle. If it's helpful to think about that circle as the hips going down by the ankles and coming up by the hands. And then from here, trying a smaller circle. And don't forget the head. Change directions in your smaller circle. And then go large. Go big. Coming back through neutral. From here, curling around the toes of the left foot and really pressing actively through the left heel. So you're getting a nice stretch into the heel, into the Achilles. Finding your breath. You're rooting down through the hands. You can stay with the foot here or lift the left leg up. And once again, take a peek at your foot. Those toes are heading down towards the ground. Invitation, stay here or reach the right arm forward, looking out towards the hand. Taking a breath. And exhale, bring the elbow to the knee. Inhale, stretch it open and look. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale, opening it up. You might wobble, you might weave. Exhale, bring it in. 3 more, reaching for it. Last mango on the tree. Exhale, bring it in. Gotta jump for it as you go. And exhale, bringing it in. Inhale, rising. Exhale, settling in. Returning the right hand and the left knee, and then finding the left heel, the right foot, reaching, stretching. Find the evenness of the hips. Perhaps lifting the right foot up, stretching the left arm up, taking a breath here. Exhale, bringing it in. Inhale, stretching it open. Exhale, bringing it in. Breathe. Exhale, bringing it in. Inhale, reaching for it. And exhale, bringing it in. Twice more. Last one. Returning the feet. And landing in your child's pose. Notice if it's shifted, your hips, already your energy. From here, lifting on up and finding your way onto your back. Starting with my feet underneath my knees, invitation for you to start with the legs outstretched. How does it feel in your low back? Taking a moment to bring the right knee into the chest. Staying here with the right foot or the left foot underneath the left knee, or out stretching the left leg. And almost as if you're standing on two separate items. So you're actively pressing through the left leg, really feeling the left hip coming down onto the mat. On your exhale, you're going to cross the body, taking the right knee. Might need to scooch out onto the left hip. Perhaps taking a block, a blanket, and bringing that right knee onto that, and the right arm outstretched. If this feels like tightness in the shoulder, reach the arm up towards the ceiling. Taking a few rounds of massaging the hip, the leg, any tightness in the glute. Bringing now that left hand to that rib cage, finding the breath here. And lastly, the hand into that armpit breast tissue. Giving those lymph nodes a nice evening bath. Very slowly picking up the right leg. Giving that a squeeze back into the chest. And then changing sides. Maybe the left foot underneath the left knee first. And the left knee moving in. And then straightening the right leg if that feels comfortable for you. Standing on those two separate items. And on exhale, cross the body. Right hand onto the low back. Left arm reaching out or up. Yogi choice. Right hand to that rib cage. Left hand to the armpit, breast tissue. Nice thorough rinse. And then very slowly bringing it back. Giving both knees a generous squeeze. And from here, we're going to move into something called a waterfall. Waterfall is really great, particularly if you suffer from insomnia. And the invitation perhaps is just to reach the legs up towards the ceiling. And the arms are outside the body, right? Or just alongside the body. So that's option one. Option two is to grab a bolster or a block, lift the hips up, slide that under, and once again, lift the hips up. Nothing to do here. But look at your toes and thank them for their journey. Where have they taken you today? Even if it was just a spin around your home. Few moments just to get a little bit of different blood flow. And then very slowly bringing down the feet. Lifting the hips, removing the bolster, and preparing for your Shavasana, outstretching the legs. Slowly start to deepen your breath. And on your next exhale, starting to find your way onto any which side you wish. Begin to press yourself up into your seat. Using your hand to lift your head back up to center. Taking a moment in your seat and rubbing both hands together for a few moments here. So they're generating some nice heat. Your eyes can be closed or softly turned down. And on your exhale, planting your hands right on your eyes. And melting any stress in your eyes, in your jaw. Letting it go. From here, begin to open your eyes behind your hands, slightly letting in the light. Your eyes can still be turned down, just bringing the hands to prayer pose. Taking a generous breath in and a generous breath out. Melting here, softening into the evening. Be in grace. Namaste.